Hey guys, this video is for our 2nd through 4th grade team for April week 2, and all month long we are talking about the life app of hope, believing that something good can come out of something bad. Last week we learned about the story of Lazarus, and this week we are learning about Palm Sunday and how God keeps his promises, just like he kept his promise to send Jesus. And our bottom line is, whatever happens, remember God keeps his promises. So then we also have these magnets this month. Make sure any kids that weren't here last week, oh, did you just bop that in your face? Be careful. Make sure any kids that weren't here last week gets one of these to take home. It has their life app on it because they can earn a ticket for knowing this. And it also has their memory verse on it. In this world, you will have trouble, but be encouraged. I have won the battle over the world. John 16:33. So remember, you guys are really only responsible for 2 tickets. A ticket just for being here, and then you can also give out a ticket for following directions, good behavior. You don't have to give that one out. You can kind of dangle it over their heads a little bit. But if they want tickets for knowing their life app and their memory verse, they have to go out to the store to get those. So jumping into this week's leader guide, we'd love for you to meet us at 8:20 and 10:20 in the garage door room for donuts and coffee. It's been a great time just to pray for each other. Really remember why we're here on Sunday mornings. I know it really helps me to get my mind in the right place on Sundays. We'll be finished with that at 8:30 and 10:30, so make sure that you are in your small group area by that time so that you got everything ready to go. Kids will start to roll in at 8:40 and 10:40, and as they do that, just make sure you know their names. Help any first-time guests to feel welcome, as we will certainly be having lots of guests. Ask kids about their week, and then encourage kids to, you just got some blank paper on your carts, encourage kids to draw pictures of things they're excited about. So it could be something they're looking forward to at Easter, like an Easter egg hunt, or getting their Easter baskets, maybe something they're going to do over the summer, or just like a fun activity they have coming up at school, like a field day or something like that. Then when service starts at 9 and 11, you guys are going to have these palm leaves, and they're not going to be on green paper. I decided to keep them blank so that kids can decorate them however they would like. They can color them in with crayons, color them in with markers. They can just do an outline. They can make a design on them, kind of whatever they want. So you're going to have them create their own palm leaves and have them write their name on one side so that you know whose is whose. And you're going to use these again for the memory verse activity, but kids can cut them out. And you can use them to make a pathway for your small group to walk on as they go to small group. And just ask kids if they have any guesses why they're making palm leaves. And you'll close that down by saying, so guys, this room is looking pretty festive. I kind of feel like I'm in a tropical paradise. And in large group today, we're going to hear a story about some people who were so excited for something that they waved palm branches in the streets. So then you'll head across the hall to large group. This week we have a live host, but we are watching a video for the story. So just help the kids to engage in that. When they get back for the review activity, you're going to have 5 clipboards on your cart, so hopefully that's enough to kind of split your group in half. And you're going to have the kids pair up, and you're going to tell kids that one of them is going to be the artist, and then one is going to describe something to draw. So you're going to pass out papers and markers and clipboards to the artist, and then you're going to tell the person who's describing to imagine the coolest house, car, or robot that they could think of. And then they are going to tell the artist to draw what they are thinking about the best they can, but they can't see it while their partner is drawing it. And when their picture's finished, they're going to have them reveal it to their partner, see if it looks like what they were imagining at all, and then have them switch roles and repeat. So the important part of this is down here. And you're going to close this part out. Make sure that you say this part because it's the whole point of the activity. You're going to say, so guys, the people in our story today were waiting for a king for a really long time, and they had a picture in their minds of what they thought this king would be like and what he would look like and what he would do. And when Jesus came, it wasn't really what they imagined. So maybe like what your partner drew wasn't really like what you were imagining. That's kind of what happened. So maybe talk about a time when something didn't turn out the way that you thought that it would. Maybe like a party. I know at one time I decorated my parents' basement, thought they would love it. That did not turn out the way I thought it would, right? So when the people actually met Jesus and he wasn't what they expected, that didn't make him any less of a king. God had promised to send a king, and whatever happens, remember, God keeps his promises. That's our bottom line for the day. So then for the memory verse activity, the palm leaves that the kids made at the beginning, they're going to write the memory verse for this month on one side of those, and then on the other side, or whatever side. They're going to tape a craft stick so that they have a little stick to hold onto their palm branch. And then pair kids up and have them say their verse together while they're waving their little palm branch in the air. And you can close this activity down by saying, so guys, this verse reminds us that the Lord has already won the battle against the world. And we don't need to worry that God won't do what he says he will, because whatever happens, remember, God keeps his promises. So take these palms home this week and stick them in a potted plant so that you can remember our verse whenever you see it. Okay. Then you have some optional small group discussion questions. Why is it important that God keeps his promises? How can trusting God's promise make a difference? How does trusting God's promises help us when we're going through a problem and need hope? What are some promises you can share with a friend who's going through a tough time? Then to close it down in prayer, just split kids into groups, two groups, and have them just line up facing each other like they're lining the streets for a parade, and have them wave their palm leaves as you pray to God. And then when parents arrive, just have them show the parents their palm leaves that they made and have them tell their parents why they made those. So that's it for this week, guys. Pretty simple week. I just want to say thank you guys so much for serving, especially this Easter season. Just one of the most important months of the year as we tell kids how much they mean to God that he sent Jesus for them. So I'm so grateful for all of you as leaders. Just thank you so much for what you do to pour into these kids and to encourage them and love on them each and every week. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you on Sunday.